Hey everybody, we should be back. I went through things and checked on settings. Didn't look like it was anything on my streaming frame. Didn't look like it was anything with our internet, so I reset the Twitch server we were connected to and hoped that something was just, I don't know, died in transit. So hopefully this will work better. Sorry for that interruption.
We're back, ladies and gentlemen.
Where were we?
I sort of did that in the not Krusty the Clown way, but okay.
All right. So, let's do quick recap so far. Hakari is gone. Everyone seems to be trying to blame her then for the disappearances, though of course this main group of adventurers does not quite buy it. Vimeris sneakily went over to where Roburn is staying and put an alarm spell around Roburn and the caravan back there, so that if anyone comes or goes back there, he should be alerted about that. And the reason they're starting to suspect Roburn perhaps is because Charity was given some insight about the Oni, how it transforms, and he used this insight in order to tap into maybe a memory or some sort of vision maybe that Behalit was helping guide his mind toward. And because of that, he was able to come up with something, though it basically laid him out the entire day. At the end of the day, Stormbringer was making a pit that was obviously a pit to trap the Oni in. No
And
one
he
thought
missed it.
differently. No one had any other clue.
He
what
missed
that-
it, chat. He missed it so bad.
I don't know. I think I knew exactly what it was. And Shenli, the wife in the halfling family, came to Stormbringer and asked if there was if Akari had left any makeup behind specifically. And when they said no, she very quickly just went back to the caravan. Vimeris returned from his scouting expedition, and the winds have really picked up. It's getting quite loud. Everyone is taking precautions to try to keep as much sand off of the animals and everything as possible. But it seemingly wouldn't do much good to do a watch tonight. You're not really going to see or hear anything. And Vimeris did feel like he might have heard some voices on the wind, just kind of north of the caravan.
Whoa.
On sort of the left side of it. And that unnerved him just a bit. But anyway, returning back, what would you all like to do?
Hey, Andy, you left out of your recap Burbage's awesome plan.
Oh, Burbage has an amazing plan. He's going to go ask the halflings if they have any child clothes, and then he's going to wander around hoping that the Oni will think he's a child halfling and then try to eat him.
Unfortunately, without a pet, because the pet is getting filled in by sand.
Indeed.
I feel that Charity lacks the energy right now to actually refute any of these ideas. It's like, I think I should probably just sleep.
I would like to prepare a new spell, so I need time.
Burbage, do you want to go over to the halfling cart, or do you want to sleep with them?
Yeah, I'll come with you. Yeah, sure.
I'm just gonna help Shinli with her makeup and maybe ask her why she wanted makeup.
Yeah, totally. Yeah. Let's
Keep in
do
contact.
it.
So we're going outside in the storm, heading over to the halfling cart.
Yeah. So it's very difficult to sort of even see where the cart is. Off to your left, you do see sort of a kind of a hulking figure, just almost outlined in the darkness, and it seems like Azaz, the shield guardian, is just simply standing in the middle of all of this, weathering it himself. and you are pretty close to the cart. Again, you notice you actually, even in all of this wind, you still get some smells of incense that has been burned, of fine fragrances. It is a very sort of posh lifestyle that these halflings are trying to bring with them on this very dusty caravan. But all the lights are out. It seems like everyone has gone to bed. What would you like to do?
I'm gonna whisper loudly outside the cart and go, Shenli!
You don't hear in a voice, but you actually do start to hear someone moving on the inside, just a bit. Feet kind of plodding along toward the back end of the caravan, of the wagon.
So I'll head back there.
So the flap sort of springs open a moment, and Ferald, the male, sort of sticks his head out. What's going on? What is it? What? Have you come to eat my other child?
No.
Ferald, we're just
What?
here to you. We just wanted to give you a quick update. That, we're
Hey,
still...
you woke me out of a sleep. It was terrifying.
Well, we're very sorry, but, we just wanted to let you know that we're still looking for your daughter, whose name I'm forgetting.
Hilda, you're still
Hilda?
looking for Hilda? I mean,
yes.
thank you. That's good. But we've traveled many miles since. I'm afraid you're looking in vain.
Yeah, maybe, but maybe not. I just wanted to let you know, just in and try to check in on you guys and see how you're doing. And Andy, is there any way that either I or Stormbringer, I guess, can get a look inside the wagon and see if
He's keeping the flap pretty tightly closed, and it's just pure dark in here. So neither of you necessarily can really see in.
We had an idea to help maybe find your child. Could we ask your wife and see if she has any of the kids' clothes that we can borrow?
No, Shenli's asleep right now. Maybe tomorrow we will talk about something else, but please just leave me be with my family.
Well, this is actually quite urgent, and I really want to keep your attention here for just a few minutes. I'm gonna message Cantrip Stormbringer and tell her to, and maybe suggest that she go to the front of the wagon and see if she can wake Shenli and talk to Shenli while I'm keeping Ferald distracted.
Okay. Yeah, I'll let you two talk. I know that you guys have a special bond, being halflings and everything. I'll just go keep watch and make sure that everything's okay.
Yeah, you do that.
Yeah, you do that.
I just said that, Ferald. You don't have to say it.
Well, she needed to hear it. She needed better.
Twice.
What is it, Burbage? What do you want?
Now listen, between you and me, I think the Oni is still among us, and I know you believe that Akari.
That's preposterous. Obviously, that devil woman.
So while Ferald is
my
talking,
child.
I'm gonna whisper
And
Shinley really quietly this time.
There's no answer right now.
Okay. I'm gonna knock on the wagon.
At this, you feel a large presence step up right next to you, and is now sort of almost rearing back, like it might sort of smack you if you don't move away from the wagon.
Gonna step away from the wagon and say, "Hi, big guy. I'm just helping keep watching the dust storm. 'Cause I know it's hard to see in the dust storm."
It steps as much between you and the wagon as it can, and then it sort of resumes its frozen space. It doesn't look like it's going to hit you at the moment.
Well, that's good at least.
Anyway, so Farrell, I could really use some of Hilda's clothes. I think it could really help in our search and in our search for
That's
both her and for
No.
the Oni.
That's preposterous. No.
Look, it's not preposterous. What do you know? We're security. We're doing our jobs. I asked you for time. You've given it to us, and we're going to do our damnedest to find your daughter. And if you really wanted to find her, you'd give us some of her goddamn pashminas or whatever it is she wears.
Fine. Hold on. He disappears back into the wagon a bit. You hear just a little bit of commotion and a couple things being thrown around, and then ow, that hurt. Ow, Jesus. And then he steps back and he kind of throws some clothes at you. Like he throws 3 different kinds of like small tunics at you, and then like 1 pair of kind of baggy pants. You're not sure that these are all children's clothes, but he's seemingly trying to get rid of you at this point. There you go, take it and do whatever you want to. Just leave us alone. Leave my family to grieve.
Right. I'm gonna yell as loud as I can into through the flap. All right, thanks, Farrell. I'll leave you and Shenley and Modo to grieve. But like I said, we're still working on trying to find Hilda. You shouldn't give up hope. You and Shenley, and yeah. Hey, do you happen to have any makeup that I could use, Farrell? Did Hilda have any makeup? Makeup.
You're being stupid, Mr. Kemp. And he just shuts the leaf of the fabric and ties it, and is now firmly back in his wagon.
In his defense, I totally was.
I'm like,
Being stupid.
that he's not wrong. I mean, good play, but he's not wrong.
All right. Well, hey, Stormbringer, what do you want to do?
I don't know. I couldn't get to Shenley.
Oh, did Azos get in the way?
Yeah, the big metal dude.
You want me to talk to him?
I tried. He didn't respond when I talked to him.
Yeah, doesn't seem like much of a talker. All right. Well, it seems like maybe we were never supposed to get too involved with Shenley and her makeup storyline.
Yeah.
I mean, unless you want
Stormbringer, off to your right, you do see a small figure now, kind of wading through the sand towards you. It's again
Like
barely
halfling
visible,
sized?
almost halfling sized. Yeah.
I'm gonna point that out to Burbage and head towards it.
All right. Amidst the wind and the sand just whipping around, you come across a halfling, hooded and cloaked, and
Did you mean to grab
you seem to
Meepus?
startle. You seem to startle Meepus as he's walking by, and he goes, "Oh, God damn it, Jesus, you're so giant."
What are you doing out for, dude?
Oh no, Beortzi said if I needed anything to come and get him, and I need another blanket for my camel. He's basically just being covered in sand the whole thing here. Do you guys have anything extra?
Burbage, do we have extra blankets?
I mean, I might, but
I mean, can we get out of the wind or something here?
Yeah, you can come in our cart. It's cozy.
On second thought, maybe I'll just talk to Beortzi.
No, Meepus,
no.
come with us. We'll help you out. I'm gonna kind of physically force Meepus to come with us into the wind.
All right.
Meepus is a dwarf, right?
Yeah, I thought he was a dwarf.
He looked kind of halfling sized because that's
Gotcha.
just
Okay.
Okay, that makes sense.
In a sandstorm.
Hey guys, look what the cat dragged in. And by cat, I mean me. And by what the cat dragged in, I mean Meepus.
Hi guys. He like shakes off a bunch of dust and sand, kind of getting it everywhere. A little rude.
How are you
So-
doing, Meepus?
He was out in the storm.
Yeah, I'm doing terrible. Do you guys have like a blanket or anything? Or
Are
Yeah,
you
we
cold?
could give you.
no. I needed something to cover my camel so he doesn't get buried in sand tonight.
Yeah, we could maybe give you a blanket if you tell us what you were doing out there.
In the storm, I was going to go see Beorzi.
To get a blanket.
Yeah.
A likely story.
Yeah, I was about
What
to
is
say
that?
that. A likely story.
What is this? I thought.
We're just fucking with you, Meepus. That's all. No, just have you?
Oh, are
did you
we?
see any? Did you
Is
see
no one
anything?
gonna make an insight roll?
Everyone loves Meepus. We all trust Meepus.
I trust him at this point.
Who cares about
I trust that he's
Meepus?
worthless.
Meepus,
Yeah.
just I need you to know
Okay.
that we as security detail would really appreciate your help. Now, you were
Okay,
walking out
what-
there in a storm, and you,
Yeah.
as an experienced sailor of the seas, have very good eyesight, I imagine. Now tell me, did you see anything suspicious out in the dust storm?
Actually, I thought I did. Yeah, I thought I saw. I thought I saw your mom sleeping with one of the camels. I'm like pretty sure.
Whoa, your mom.
I mean, I had to look.
So
I had to look a second time.
Vimeris is staring at
Yeah.
Meepus, and he's considering these words.
You're pretty sure he's lying. He did not see Burbage's mother being fucked by a camel.
Okay.
Oh.
I
Vimeris,
can't believe that lie.
What else could you
came-
be lying about?
you didn't have to do an inside check. He's just being an asshole.
I mean, that's true. I am.
Maybe I was being an asshole by inciting.
Anyway, that was pretty good, Meepus. I'll hand you that. I liked it. It was kind of funny. My mother is dead, so
Oh,
can't be having sex with camels, but all the same, I appreciate the effort.
no.
Now,
I make
could you
those
give-
mom jokes a lot to people with dead moms? That sucks.
Yeah,
I'm sort of sorry about all that.
it's all
Never
right.
mind then.
I-
If you don't want to give me
I
a
have-
blanket, I get it. I'll go see Beorzi.
No, we'll give you a blanket. We just need your help to find this Oni.
Well, I thought Hikari, the redheaded one that was with you guys, was the Oni.
Akari?
She ate a kid and then took off.
Yeah, no, you doofus. That's just the story that we planted in the caravan to get the real Oni to let their guard down.
I mean, maybe.
Oh.
It might have also been Hikari.
Okay. Well. What do I do? Am I just gonna like listen to people or something? Or
yeah, listen to people, be on the lookout while you're out there looking for blankets. Maybe you could also look for Onis.
right? So I'm like kind of an
And-
honorary security member here of the caravan.
Yeah, I think that's kind of a cool development. What do you think, guys?
And I get paid how much for this?
You don't get paid. It's honorary. You get maybe a little
Oh.
badge or something. Maybe a little, like a sigil. Like Charity, did you mess up on any of those sigils? Do you have any like rough drafts of those that
I
you could
didn't
give to?
make them.
You know what I mean.
What sigils are you talking about?
It doesn't
doesn't
matter,
matter.
Meepus. Mind your own business.
No, I.
Okay, look, this is starting to get uncomfortable. If you guys
Meepus,
don't
you-
give me a blanket,
We're gonna give you a blanket. We said we were, but do you
But
know?
you're not
Do you know
doing it.
anything? Do you know anything about who the Oni might be?
Okay, so
Jesus.
Vimeris is unpacking a blanket, and he's gonna, as everything is talking around him, he's gonna hand Meepus the blanket. Slowly.
oh,
and not let go of it.
Thanks.
But first, answer my
finally.
question.
What was your question?
Do you know anything about who the Oni might be? Has anyone been suspicious around you?
No, I thought it was Hikari.
I'm taking a blanket back. Just slightly.
Okay, well, maybe if it's not. Look, if it's not Hikari, it's probably one of them orcs. This is honestly probably what it is.
Insight roll to see if he really thought it was Hikari.
It seems like he did. Yeah, he really did.
Okay.
And he's kind of now just guessing. He doesn't really believe that it's one of the orcs.
So he just wants a blanket. Okay.
I guess you can give him the blanket, you guys. He's not very helpful sometimes.
I let go of it, and I'm assuming he takes it.
He does, yeah. And he starts trying to squeeze his way past you,
Hey,
Stormbringer, to get out.
Meepus, hold on. One last thing.
I'm gonna block his way.
Yeah.
Charity told us that you were trying to be sober. How's that going?
I mean, so far it's okay. Why? You got any booze on you?
No, I'm not gonna. Come on, man. You can't just give up like this.
We're here for you. We're gonna help you with this.
Yeah, we're gonna support you, but most importantly, have you reached the point where you're making amends to people? Because if so, I'm right here.
What would I possibly have to make amends with you about? You can make amends with me about all kinds of things.
I'm not the one trying out sobriety, am I? So, you know, all the times you fucked us over, like it back with the ship and...
Over?
Yeah. Don't you remember with Lomina?
No, I don't need this. I don't need this. I am my own dwarf. I am good and kind, and my beard is long. And I will see you tomorrow. Good day. Good night.
Maybe give some thought to what you want to make amends with us about.
Bye, Meepus.
And he pops out the back.
I don't trust him.
What happened to his boat?
I think Lomina broke up with him. Yeah.
How does that work?
And kept the boat.
I see. Okay. We doing anything else?
Did Vimeris tell us that he heard voices up to the north?
I did not.
Okay, then I'm not doing anything else.
All the commotion. I forgot about it.
All right. The night then passes.
Alright, I want to swap my spell.
I mean, it's kind of a restless sleep, but everyone gets a full rest. Charity, your exhaustion is now faded. You feel much, much better after a day of taking it easy, basically.
Excellent.
In the morning, the wind has finally kind of died down a bunch, and just like that.
A very sharp. Go away.
It's a very sharp.
Away, wind.
The wind has died down, and everyone is kind of uncovering a lot of the dust and sand from their animals and making sure everything's okay. And half of the caravan is kind of buried to a little bit in these drifts of sand that have crept onto the road. Tellywood again is knocking immediately on your caravan as the morning sort of commences.
Great.
Are we to understand that the alarm spell did not get triggered?
Vimeris, he would know that it did not get triggered. He can tell you
That's
whatever
dispelled now, too, because it only lasts 8 hours.
Indeed.
Okay.
So there's this knock, 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 knock.
Is that you, Tellywood?
Yes.
What's up?
Nothing other than
There's
no clouds in the sky.
I'm sort of hopping down.
Today. It's everyone's still trying to get out of the sand. I don't know if we're actually going to travel today. Would it be fine to? Do you guys need anything, or can everyone just kind of sit here another day? I mean, we still are about a week away from Shersto, but if you have enough supplies, maybe we just don't risk it today. What do you say?
At that, Stormbringer's going to excitedly jump out of the cart and start digging a hole again.
Okay.
I think our supplies were fine, so Charity wouldn't see any reason. I understand.
Side note: would you have extra supplies in case someone else? Well, a couple people didn't quite bring as many rations as perhaps they should have.
Charity's going to blink very slowly. Who specifically?
She puts her head down for a second and she kind of nods. I think you know who.
Who specifically?
The elves. The elves didn't bring enough. Had to make me say it.
God, these goddamn elves.
But if you have maybe some extra rations or water,
If they survived this long.
All right.
Yeah.
Well,
That was Charity actually said that.
Indeed.
No, Charity's actually. Well, I'm sure we should be able to help provide a couple of rations to them. And
Okay. Well, thanks.
I'll hand her like probably 4 rations.
Oh, that's excellent. Thank you so much. Yes. This will certainly help in case of emergency. Thank you.
hey, Tellywood.
Yeah.
Is everybody accounted for this morning? Have you made rounds?
Yeah, no, everyone seems to still be here.
Well, that's good.
Yeah, did you think differently, or you seem surprised by this?
No, I'm not surprised. Just kind of,
Okay.
doing security detail.
All right,
Work.
well, keep it up. And she starts to walk away kind of briskly.
All right, guys. I don't know what we're even doing anymore. I want to fight something. I want to fight an Oni.
No.
I yelled that really loud.
No. No. I don't want that. I don't want any part of that.
Well, all right. So, I mean, are we just giving up on the people who've disappeared? Like, if an Oni did get them, do you think they're dead? Or is this like a situation where maybe if we defeated the Oni, the
Both
elf...
Amaris and Charity are like, nah, they're dead.
Oh, really? Oh, shit. I've completely misunderstood this Oni thing.
Dude, is
it was like
is it possible for the other rations to rescue the rations you ate last night?
Okay, I'd give that a solid 4 out of 10, Charity. But point taken. Alright, well, I guess I should stop trying to give Ferald a hope that his daughter might still be alive. I feel bad about that now.
So, does it seem like we're just sort of camping here for the day?
It kind of appears so, yeah. They're not gonna travel today, it looks like.
Well, I don't know. What do people want to do?
I'm digging a hole.
We should keep watch, maybe make rounds around the caravan, take turns doing that. Maybe.
Stormbringer, as you're
That
digging
sounds
the
good.
hole, the sort of orc elder has kind of strided up to you and is just watching you.
I'm gonna wave at him. Hi! And then go back to digging.
You're digging a pit to trap death, yes?
No, that doesn't sound like something I would do.
I have dug many death pits.
It's just a hole.
Let me help you.
Okay.
And he starts trying to clear sand away and is kind of helping you dig a pit here.
I love this. Like, no, that's not what I'm doing. I've dug a lot of death pits. No, that's not what I'm doing. I can help. Okay.
So you've dug a lot of death pits, eh? Not that that's what this is.
Yes, many. I have, in my country, the death pit is almost a work of art.
Oh wow, I'd like to visit your country.
Yeah.
Um,
Well, we're returning there. We're gonna take a boat from Bovalia.
if this was a death pit, do you think it would be effective against Onis? Not that it's a death pit.
He sort of like looks around and
Do you think the Oni's still here?
No, I'm just being really cautious. I think the Oni was Hikari.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure it was that red-haired devil woman.
Yeah. But if it wasn't, just for the sake of caution, and if this was a death pit, do you think it would be effective against an Oni?
I mean, I've never met an Oni, so I don't know.
Oh, okay. I haven't either. I don't really completely know what they are, but I've never had a death pit fail me. Not that this is a death pit.
No, that's true. That's true. Death pits rarely fail. Here, let
Yeah.
me. I'm gonna help you here.
Thank you.
Yeah.
I'm gonna kind of back away from this orc that approached me.
yeah, this guy's just like staring you down, Vimeris.
What the fuck?
Hey, what's your name? I'm Bifor. You can call me Bifor.
It's a pleasure to meet you. Before.
I don't like you.
Wait, you don't like me?
Yeah, I don't like you.
Why?
Do something funny.
I make them dance really sadly.
Like you make like a little light person who just like
Yeah.
sadly dances in front of you.
Yeah. They're kind of droopy.
He starts laughing. He's like, and then he puts his leg up and he stomps on it like several times, and it's just like going through the light. And he kicks some sand at it, and he's like,
One of the times, can I make the light
Yeah.
dissipate as he kicks it?
yeah, absolutely.
What? Why would you do that?
Okay.
That was my light.
I hate you a little less now.
He starts to walk away.
I just kind of furrow my brow and I stare at Burbage.
I'm gonna pat your back. You did a good job. I feel like that a lot. Embrace that feeling.
I'm gonna go help them dig.
I want to go talk to the veteran.
Okay. You see him digging out one side of the Azamar's area, which they're just sitting on top of it again, as if they're trying to drive it, and they're staring at you completely as you walk up to him. He eventually turns around. Then he's sweating pretty profusely, and puts the shovel down, and he's like, "Yeah, little one, what can I do for you?"
Oh, just, making rounds as a security
that?
detail.
Oh, I get
Well,
that.
hey, do you have another shovel? Do you need a hand?
Oh, actually, no, I don't have another shovel. But maybe, I don't know, just the company, sure.
All right, yeah, I'll just hang out here. I don't really like shoveling anyway, so I'll just watch you.
Oh, all right. So he's just shoveling these massive shovelfuls here, and he's like, "Tell me a story, little guy."
A story?
Yeah, tell me a story. Pass the time shoveling.
Yeah, all right. Let's see. A story. Once upon a time, there was a halfling. It's me, actually. It's just a story about me.
Okay, yeah, I like. So far, I get what's going on.
And I was much younger than I am now. And I was walking along a creek in my home country, my homeland. And suddenly this fish jumps out of the creek right in front of my feet and is just kind of like flopping around on the ground in front of me.
Okay, yeah.
Yeah. And so I kind of, I kind of surprised by this. So I kick the fish back into the creek. And I keep walking. And next thing I know, same fish jumps back out of the creek and flops in front of my feet again.
Goddamn fish.
Very strange, Yeah.
Yeah.
And so I kind of look at this fish, and I did an investigation check on it at the time, and it was a pretty good investigation of this fish, if I must say so myself.
Well, I've looked at plenty of fish.
Oh, have you?
Yeah. Oh, sir.
I'm gonna do an insight check on that
Okay.
to see if is he telling the truth, and or does he mean literal fish?
I was gonna say, is this an insight check for like double entendre?
You're not exactly sure what he means by this. It very well could be literal.
Yeah, I've seen a lot of fish in my lifetime too, and I'm gonna wink at him.
So there's kind of a thud behind you. And a surly-looking dwarf strides up to you and says, "I'll give you 4 gold pieces to shut the fuck up right now. Your story is stupid."
Oh yeah,
Yeah.
I'll give you 6 gold pieces to back the fuck off.
All right. 6 gold. Right here.
Really?
Yeah, right. Yeah, he puts out his hand. 6 gold then.
Oh, I was just coming. I didn't mean that.
Oh, it's just like it was bravado then. You're just shitting me.
Yeah, of course.
Oh.
I'm not going to give you money
I
just
was
because you
literally
don't
going
like
to
my
give you
story.
money. I was literally
And
going to give you some to stop it.
All right.
Your story.
Well, that's great. But listen,
Yeah.
it's actually a pretty cool story, so why don't you stick around? And if I tell my story, and if you think it's still a stupid story by the end of it, then how about I give you 10 gold? But if you think it's a pretty damned cool story, then you have to give me 10 gold.
There's no way this could backfire.
Does
All right.
Burbage even have
That's
money?
Fine. That's fine. All right.
I-
I'll stick around for it. And you seemingly have like probably 5 or 6 people now kind of standing around because definitely the Azamar are still very enraptured with you and are staring and smiling.
There wouldn't need
at
to
you.
be a story for the SMR. Also, considering
the
they're
guard
digging
has
their
also jumped down and is now standing next to the dwarf.
considering their cart is being dug out, are they just like sitting on a pile of sand?
they're on top of their cart as if they were riding in it with the reins and everything in their hands. They're just not moving.
All right, I'm probably just gonna start instead of helping dig this communal death trap, make sure that our cart is sort of dug out.
Okay, yeah.
All right. Now, as I was saying, I did an investigation check on this fish. And it was a pretty good investigation of this fish. And as it turned out, it wasn't a fish at all. It was a bird. End of story.
That's Andy laughing, by the way.
I was gonna say that the fact that occurred very far away from the mic makes me think that was Andy just laughing.
Everyone, yeah. So the veteran stands up, stops digging. The dwarf is just staring at you. The guard starts to just walk away.
Guys, I mean, it's more of a joke than a story, kind of an anti-joke. But what's funny about it is that this weird bird was jumping in and out of the creek, right? And giving me a hard time.
It doesn't get better if you have to explain it.
I'm not explaining it. I'm explaining myself. There's a difference.
Do I get my 10 gold? Because that was the fucking worst thing I've ever heard.
Yeah, all right. I'm gonna give him 10 gold.
Thank you. The name's Bara, by the way. Yeah, you're welcome to tell a terrible story and give me 10 gold whenever you like.
All right. Hi,
And then he
Bara. I'm
hops back in his
Burbage.
chair.
Okay, well, fine.
The veteran stops digging for a second. It's like, that's kind of a mean dwarf right there.
Yeah, right? Why didn't he just mind his own business?
Right. I mean, the story was pretty bad, but
It wasn't, it was a parable, if you think about it. It's kind of like a metaphorical kind of story that's meant to get you thinking. You know what I mean?
Oh, okay. Wait a minute. Am I the bird? He just gets this really far off look in his eyes.
Yeah, I mean, exactly. I think it's a good question.
Burbage.
Silent.
Burbage, have you found anything?
Is that a message?
It's a
cantrip?
message. Yeah, it would have to be.
No, I haven't found anything. Just kind of a douchebag dwarf.
Okay, and then I'm gonna go back to digging.
Anyway, I'm gonna look up at the Asmar.
Yeah,
and
they're just staring straight at you, just grinning really wide.
See, they liked it, didn't ya? It's pretty good, right? You got it.
I don't know. They kind of smile at most anything these days.
Yeah, but they're smiling a bit extra. Wait, did you say these days? Or most
Well, I mean,
days?
I've been with them about a couple weeks now, and really, it's only when you guys come around a lot that they smile so big.
Oh, that's kind of strange, isn't it? Huh.
Whatever. I mean, they're paying a lot, so.
Yeah. What do you suppose that means?
Means they're rich, and I don't ask too many questions.
No, not that. I mean the fact that they smile at us whenever we come around.
Oh, I don't know. Maybe they're, I don't know. Some people they get into a marriage after so many years, and well, the spark goes away. Sometimes you just need a little extra spice. You know what I'm saying? And you guys just might be that extra spice. You might be some of that red pepper. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, I think I do know what you're saying.
Oh god.
So Stormbringer and Vimeris, Charity also, what are you guys doing?
I'm clearing the
Perfect.
cart and
One guess what I'm doing.
You're digging, I would guess.
Yeah, I'm digging a pit.
I'm kind of close to Stormbringer, and I just want to... So, Stormbringer,
Yeah?
am I still Vomit Mask to you?
You'll always be vomit mask to me, Vimeris.
Oh, I look sad.
No, I look really confused that you look sad. I mean, that's a good thing. You have it's your most notable. It's a notable deed.
You think it's the most notable thing I've done?
Oh,
Can we change it?
Yeah. I could call you Spider Boy.
Oh. What about Bangborn?
What about what?
Bangborn. Because remember that fight? I don't.
Which fight?
I don't know.
I'm confused.
Oh my God.
As you two are talking, Stormbringer, you have to like kind of squint and rub your eyes a second, but on the hill, you're pretty sure you see a couple figures.
On which hill? What direction?
I was gonna say, also this hill that's not on our map.
Just a hill to the north.
Oh, god damn it.
Just not like 50 feet from you almost. And you see figures that are tall, very muscular, have no armor, but are wielding large axes. They've covered their face completely in cloth to keep the sands out. And the skins that they sort of adorn the rest of their body with are lizard-like and snake-like, sort of scaled, rather than maybe fur like you're used to. But you're pretty sure, just even though this is a very different kind of thing that you're used to, you're pretty sure these are still barbarians.
How many figures, and are they moving towards us or just watching?
You see 3 just watching you silently on the hill.
I'm gonna point them out to Vimeris and the orc. I think we might have company, you guys, but they might be like me, so they might not be dangerous. I mean, I'm very dangerous, but not
you
to
sort
you
of
guys.
point at them, they'll start to advance slowly toward you.
I'm gonna climb out
the
of
orc.
the pit,
Yeah, the orc immediately has jumped out of the pit and drawn an axe as well.
and I'm gonna draw my battle axe and kind of make sure my shield is up, but I'm also going to hold my axe in my side, so I'm not trying to be really threatening.
Yeah.
I'm just
My
cleaning off
quarterstaff
this cart,
immediately leaves up.
just as a note.
I'm gonna call back to Charity also. Charity, we have company. They might be friends, but maybe not.
I'm gonna
course.
message Burbage. Burbage, get back here.
Oh, my family's calling me. Not a real family, it's metaphorical. So if you ever wanted to hang out one-on-one, like I could get away from them fairly easily.
Burbage, come back here now.
All right, okay.
I'm going to see.
See ya. Yeah, little guy.
So do
See
I?
you, handsome.
Ooh.
So do I see this same thing aligning?
Right, you see these 3 figures that are now sort of advancing slowly, but also as Stormbringer's pulled out her axe, they also have
stopped
and are sort of waiting to see what's going on.
So
I'm gonna wave at them and say hello.
Tellywood and Beorti are also coming in
I'm
this
going to-
direction.
yeah, I'm going to cast thaumaturgy to once again like make my very light, polite voice sort of boom. Like, attention in the caravan. We have visitors from the north. Thought you
And
might
this,
want to be
everyone-
aware.
Yeah, everyone has stopped digging, and most everyone is kind of peeking out of everything. Though the only notable absence is the halflings are still quite mired in their little wagon. They're not coming out.
I'm gonna call out to them, the barbarians, not the halflings, and say, Are you here to trade?
I'm sorry. One of them comes up slowly and then just shakes his head no.
That's not a good sign.
Are you here to just have a nice friendly chat?
Again, he steps forward and shakes his head no.
Well, why are you here then?
And at this, a few more.
Oh,
Oh,
that's
God
not
damn it.
you.
Okay, this is fine.
Oh no! Fine was a
figures
thing that
are-
happened a long time
No,
ago.
okay, maybe they just want to be friends.
Figures have now stood up in the sand. It's pretty obvious now to you, Stormbringer, that these figures must have taken their place at night at some point and just gotten covered by the sands and have now just whipped off the like these kind of blankets, and the sand has shifted off of them, and
I
they
respect
now
that.
stand up.
And I just kind of go, oh.
And yeah, so the seeming leader one is now just sort of striding up, and he looks around, and he says, "We will kill all of you, unless you just give us everything."
Charity? He says he'll kill all of us unless
I
we
could
give
hear him.
everything. Okay.
I have many people. They will kill all of you. Unless you want to fight champion to champion. And then you will just give us everything when we win.
Just champion to champion. Are you the champion?
No. That is my wife, who is much stronger than me. And he motions back to the other figure that was kind of coming up next to him. And she somehow is even bigger than he is, though both humans. And she just looks... She's got this... she's wearing kind of a cattle horn skull helmet. And she's just ripped with every single muscle there is.
Is she bigger than me?
No, she's not actually bigger than you. She's a couple feet smaller, but she's impressive for a human.
So Stormbringer's gonna grin and go, you know? I've been wanting a challenge. Although I guess the Metal Man could also. But I'm strong.
Bugger.
Charity.
Do you want to prove it? Do you know what Kundu is?
No, I've never heard of that. What is it?
Oh, Kundu is a feat of strength.
I love feats of strength.
Oh.
Jesus.
He turns around and he whips some even more sand off of his cloak, and he shouts, "Kundu!"
Well, wait, I didn't agree to it yet.
And everyone around starts chanting, "Kundu!
What are the rules?"
Kundu!"
I'm gonna cast guidance on Stormbringer.
The wife sort of moves kind of on this side and draws a line in the sand, and then motions for you to come over there as she steps this way and draws a line in the sand as well.
Right about there?
Yep.
Okay, but what are the rules? How does this game work?
She takes off her large battle axe and several daggers and just kind of puts it on the ground next to her.
I'll copy her while still asking, okay, but what are the rules of this feat?
She then picks up the battle axe and kind of dusts it off and is tossing it just a little bit in her hand, and then chucks the entire battle axe at you.
Okay, I still have my shield up.
Okay, that's fine. So you can probably try to block it if you'd like.
Yeah.
So she's gonna make a weird great axe ranged attack. Does
Yeah,
a 16 hit you?
16?
Yeah.
No.
Okay. Yeah, with it looks like she's very, very quick melee. But as she throws it, it kind of topples over and over, and you're able to just kind of bat it away pretty easily, actually. And then everyone sort of, all the barbarians and berserkers kind of start shouting, "Kundu! Kundu! Kundu!" And the woman looks actually quite pleased with herself. And then she motions at the battle axe.
Echoing over this is now going to be Charity's, again, very calm, polite voice. Excuse me, what are the rules of this game?
Shut up, little one there, Kundu!
She motions at the battle axe that she threw at me.
Yes. And I should specify too, it's not quite technically a battle axe, it's a great axe. So it is one of those two-handed giant axes. And Charity, the orc is sort of kind of moving back and trying to give space. And he sort of seems to know what's going on as well. And he's looking at Stormbringer and kind of shaking his head.
Like, what's happening?
Oh, it's Kundu.
Okay, I get that! I get that
Your friend is losing already.
What is Kundu? How does one win?
He goes, shush, shush. There, she's about to toss.
That's super not helpful. Fucking orcs. Yeah, I guess I'll chuck the great axe back at her.
All right, go ahead and give me a strength or athletics check. Let's just do that.
Oh!
Wow.
This is bad, though. I think this is bad.
All right, so you chuck this thing as hard as you can at this woman, and she does not look like she's trying to dodge it.
Yeah.
She does not look like she's trying to bat it away. She's trying to catch it.
Okay.
But however, you are able to hit her. So go ahead and roll 2d6. All right, very good. It slices into her hands as she tries to catch it, kind of by the blade almost, and she is cut across her cheek then as well with it, and she shakes it off, and she for a second actually looks kind of fearful, and then she regains her composure very quickly, and with all the blood still on her hands is now tossing it as hard as she can back.
I'm going to try to catch it.
So now go ahead and make an athletics check if you're trying to catch it.
I was going to say, messaging in your head, you're going to hear, I think you're trying to catch it, I think you're trying to catch it! Also remember, you still have guidance.
I know, I don't think I need it for that roll. But who knows?
Yeah, so it's tossed at you, and you now are able to catch it by the handle itself, actually quite well. Though it just barely actually missed you, because the axe is weighted weirdly, and you weren't quite used to it. So it almost hit you, but you were able to catch it.
So I'm going to give kind of a little shriek of triumph.
Nice. All the berserkers seem a little sheepish, but the orc is now, yeah, Kundu!
At this, booming, like reverberating at the highest volume that thaumaturgy can manage, you will hear Charity's voice, Kundu!
Excellent. Yeah, the orc then claps you on the back, Charity.
I'm going to message Charity and ask, should we interfere?
Not yet. If they try to kill her, kill them all.
We will die if you try that. I have a question, Mr. DM.
Yeah.
For the purposes of this game, for the purposes of, I don't know what I'm trying to say. If I was raging, would it count as an attack throwing the axe? So I'd be making attacks to keep the rage going?
No, but it's a strength skill check, so you would have advantage on that.
But to keep the rage going.
Yeah, but the rage wouldn't keep going.
Oh, no, technically it probably would, as long as you quickly...
It's hate-fueled enough that you're sort of...
Yeah.
That you'll keep it up.
Okay. So I'm gonna kind of excitedly scream, Rage on! And start coughing. Um,
There's a lot of
and you know,
dust in
the
the air.
telltale signs of
Dust
and you know,
in
the
the air.
telltale signs of my rage are showing up with electricity crackling around me and my hair going kind of crazy.
At this, it's still in thaumaturgical booming. Kundu, kundu, kundu.
And I'm
The
gonna
orcs have all
chuck the axe
started-
back at her.
All right, give me an athletics check.
How do you spell Kundu?
Khundu. Ooh, at this, she's able to then catch it, and she catches it by slamming her hands together on the blade
She
as it's
caught it
coming
at
to
21?
strike her. Yeah,
Jesus.
it was really, really good. And she quickly just tosses it up in the air, grabs the handle, and flings it back at you. But as she does it, you notice that there's kind of a physical change in her, and she is now beet red in skin color, a rage in her eyes, and she has sprouted feathers in all kinds of air, like her elbows and her ears have all sort of sprouted these white feathers.
What the hell?
And go ahead and roll another
Athletics?
check. Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh.
Kundu.
You
I'm
do
gonna scream Kundu.
you do catch it. However, you will take this much damage in catching
Okay.
it with your hands.
Halved.
Halved because you are raging. Yeah.
Sorry, I know I
Oh,
ask this
you-
every time, but that
it's-
rounds down or up?
Yeah, down. So 4.
Okay.
So it looks like you did get the point, if there are such things in this game, because all the berserkers kind of look a little like mad, and they've all sort of rested now their axes. Most of them on the ground. They're now more just spectating rather than trying to look threatening. And you're actually surprised that you took some damage there because metagame, she rolled a crit as well.
Okay. Makes sense.
But you have the axe now.
Okay, so I'm gonna shriek Kundu and throw it back at her.
All right, give me a roll.
Crit fight, crit fight.
Oh man! So she goes and again is trying to just catch it by the blade itself, but this time there's a lot of blood now on the axe, and it slips just a little bit. And as it does, you see what at first just look like almost large worms fly off of her, and then she wields around the axe again, and you notice now she's missing 2 fingers.
Oops.
Oh. Oh dear. Oh dear.
She's just screaming at you, and she yells "Kundu!" and just tosses it at you again. So go ahead and make another check.
I like how you say toss, like it's just a light toss now. They're just having a cat.
I'm also gonna use the guidance on that one.
Okay. Roll the d4. Ooh, that is not quite fast enough.
Damn.
You're gonna take this much damage.
Okay.
4 damage. You didn't quite take all of the brunt of it, but it did slice you pretty good in your arm then, and now you're bleeding on the axe as well. The axe itself is getting more slippery, which is making it more difficult to keep control of. But you have the axe.
Okay, I'm gonna chuck it back at her, screaming in rage this time that I got hurt.
All right. And go ahead and make a roll, please.
Woof.
Jesus.
Wow.
All right. Oh man. After this, she goes to catch it by the handle, and it slips It slips through her hands due to the blood, and it embeds itself right in her shoulder blade. And she's now starting to just get kind of woozy. And her husband runs up to her and pulls out the axe and hands it to her, and runs back away.
Oh, are people allowed to offer assistance?
At this, I will recast thaumaturgy so that in addition to my voice booming, the ground itself is beginning to shake. Kundu.
Very nice. And go ahead then and try to catch it as she whips it around her body completely and almost uses the slipperiness of it to just wing it at you as hard as she can. Very nice. It's very difficult, but you're able to sort of dodge your body out of the way and catch it before it hits any of the sand. And then you're able to throw it back if you'd like.
Yeah, I'm gonna throw it back while kind of laughing a little manically. It's like the rage is picking up, and I'm like incredibly pissed off, but also obviously enjoying this.
So before you make that roll, I'm also going to lean over to Vimeris. Also, we might have a problem with Stormbringer after this.
We'll put her back together.
Oh man, that's so good.
That wasn't the problem I was referring to.
Everyone is now starting to notice that there's clouds just gathering in the sky above this little match. Everyone's kind of sees the sun get blotted out for just a second as Stormbringer wings this giant axe back at her. And the Berserker is now, the woman is starting to look scared with each throw, but she's just going all at it. She's trying to catch the blade again between her hands. And this time she fails, and it kind of cuts into her stomach now, as she tries to hold in the slice that is in her skin, and she's now shaking a bit as she throws it back at you, Stormbringer. So go ahead and make another roll. Ooh, this one actually hurt a little bit, and you drop it. So you're gonna take 3 damage, rounded down to 1. But you do drop it in the sand, and then everyone starts shouting "Kundu, Kundu" again, and you're not exactly sure how, but you feel like you're losing whatever's happening here. Even though she's much, much more hurt than you.
Okay, I'm gonna pick it up again and throw it at her.
All right, give me a roll. Very nice. At this, she's just completely unable to hold on to it anymore as it not only hits her hands, it slices into her neck just a bit as it topples to the ground behind her. She just falls to the ground on one knee and is holding several different large gashes in her. And you see her just like she's trying to muster all of the strength she has, and then she jumps up, runs back to the axe, turns her body as if she's going to throw it, but she just drops the axe and then kind of falls unconscious to the ground. And all the berserkers are shouting and screaming, "Kundu!" And the husband is running over to her, concerned, but also he looks over at you and kind of nods and bows low. All of the orcs then rush over to you, Stormbringer, and they start to try to lift you up. As
I went over 300 pounds.
Yeah,
I don't know.
It's a lot of orc, though.
Yeah, these are large orcs.
Okay. As they're doing that, I'm going to tilt my head back and scream at the sky and at the storm, and lightning's crackling around me, and I'm just screaming, "Kundu!"
And yeah, all the berserkers are kind of nodding and bowing very slightly toward you as they're gathering up their weapons and moving away further to the north. It looks like slowly. The champion and her husband are very slowly limping away then as well. And the husband sort of male turns back and puts a hand on his chest and bows low to you, Stormbringer.
I'm going to sort of call after them gently. Your champion fought well. Can I offer any medical services? I do not wish to bring dishonor.
It would be a disservice to her if you helped her like this. She will heal.
I'm gonna yell at her.
I would bow. Of course, I meant no disrespect.
I'm gonna yell at her. You were a worthy opponent. Thanks for the game. And the storm is gonna kind of start fading around me. Like I'm not gonna look as electrified anymore.
Excellent. Yeah, the orcs now put you down. There's just an excitement in the air, and everyone in the camp is now, you noticed, sort of gathered around as well, trying to watch whatever this was. And several of them are clapping. Some don't exactly know how to deal with all of this.
Did they leave the axe?
No, they picked up the axe.
Okay.
Damn.
Yeah. But the berserkers seem to be disappearing into the north. They're moving slowly. They seem to be defeated. But they respect whatever Kundu was.
So I'm going to turn to the orc that seemed to sort of know. So was the game that you both had to stay conscious and not drop the axe?
Yes, you'll get points if you catch it or it embeds itself in you. And if you catch it, you can stay conscious longer. But if you drop it if you drop it 3 times, the game is done. Or if you go unconscious.
Stormbringer's gonna laugh and clap him on the back and go, "That was a fun game. Why didn't you tell me about it? We should play it sometime."
Oh, I have all kinds of fun games if you want to play sometime.
I cannot tell if that was like an entendre or not.
I was going to say, actually, Charity's going to sort of cock his head. Sexual?
The female orc of the group kind of like is now trying to herd her little family back to the cart.
How wounded are you,
Let's
Vicky?
get you some medical attention.
Yeah.
Me?
I'm going to, yeah.
Yeah.
I don't need medical attention.
Oh, you're...
I don't care. You're
I
healed.
don't care. Go ahead and roll a d4.
Oh, yeah.
Roll for you.
Oh, wait. Plus my spellcasting.
Yeah, that's good.
What's your spellcasting ability modifier?
Oh, it's, what should it be? It should
Plus
be...
3, I think. You're at
Your
16.
wisdom.
Yeah, I'm at 16. It's wisdom. Yeah, 3. So you heal for 5.
Nice.
Thank you, Vimeris.
Yeah. Not as bad as her, though. She lost fingers. Are the fingers still out
Yeah.
there? Did they
Yes,
pick up
the fingers are still in the sand. Yeah.
She was
I
a
wanna
good
go over and pick up
opponent.
the fingers. I want the fingers.
That's
Yeah.
so weird.
Nedder is still on the orc caravan, just clapping for you. He's just so excited. Hey,
I wasn't sure if that was clapping at first. I thought that was a different sound.
Oh god.
yeah, total.
Oh
clapping.
god.
The veteran even nods at you, Stormbringer, as he sort of rides away back on his horse. Roburn is giving you some prideful glance, or not prideful, but she's impressed as well.
Stormbringer's gonna give her a big thumbs up and a grin, and I look a lot happier than I have in a long time. I almost never
Meepus is
lose a
just
feat
sort
of
of-
strength.
Meepus is just kind of laughing and whatever that was.
And with that, I'm going to go back to digging my hole, but with a lot more enthusiasm now.
All right. So that has now died down. Everyone has kind of returned to their tasks. So what would you like to continue to do?
I'm going to finish clearing off the cart.
Excellent. Yeah, it doesn't take much more effort. Your cart was one of the least dug out. The Shield Guardian is also digging out the Halfling's cart. Though again, you haven't seen the Halflings like all day.
And we haven't seen... does everyone seem accounted for, like, as I look back at the caravan behind us? Like, as I see them trailing back, I see everybody going back.
Yes.
Well, but we haven't seen
Very
the
good.
halflings.
No. I just meant, for, like, in the rear of the caravan. I see all the orcs that was there. I see Ned. I see the dwarf and his guard.
Yeah.
Veteran, the two
Azamar
creepies.
never got off of there.
I'm sure they
their
didn't.
thing.
Did they watch? Did they look happy?
Oh yeah, they looked very happy.
That's
Aw, good.
that's great. That's fucking magnificent.
I made the whole caravan happy.
You did.
It
I
was a
did.
good show.
You definitely did.
I'm not sure that their smiles correspond to happiness, but sure. I'm going to actually hop down and approach the Shield Guardian, and very calmly, and I'm not holding a weapon or anything like. Can I help you with digging them out?
It does not respond to you. It just continues to dig.
Does anyone think I can help the Shield Guardian out without being punched for trying to dig?
It didn't punch me. And I'm digging.
Different
Totally
cases.
different hole.
I'm going to sort of approach and just sort of push some sand very gently.
As long as you're not getting too close to the trying to like get up in the wagon, it looks to be okay with what you're doing.
Yeah, I'm just going to continue helping sort of, maybe it's even more clear the sand it's cleared.
Yeah.
If you see what I mean, so it's easier for it.
Yeah. After a few hours of this, you feel pretty good about you've cleared everything. Around the halfling's cart.
Are
The
you all...
Shield Guardian just kind of stands up straight, then is waiting sort of for its next thing.
Are you all right?
Are you shouting into the wagon?
Shouting is a strong word to use about Charity generally.
Ever, just ever.
I think you've seen it exactly twice, and both times it was augmented by thaumaturgy.
You, yes, Farrell then eventually comes to the edge, kind of peeks open the corner here, and says, yeah, everything's fine, we're all accounted for, well, except for my daughter, who you failed to protect. Good night. And he shuts the...
I want to know if he actually means that.
He's... It looks like he's been crying a little bit. He had tears on his face still. And so he's just being a jerk. That's what you think, yeah.
So, go back. He's not a nice person.
All right, everyone kind of gets everything cleared off. They get ready to travel again, but it's about evening at this point then. So is there anything else you'd like to do before settling down for the evening?
How deep is my hole?
You've created a pretty good, maybe 10 by 10 by 10, sort of cubic hole in the sand. The sand doesn't like to stay on nice like little cliff edges though, so you keep having to throw out more as more sort of slides in eventually.
Okay, I'm gonna kind of, in my trademark whisper yell, I'm gonna call to Vimeris. Hey Vimeris, come check out the depth of this hole.
What?
Oh my
Okay.
gosh.
Ramirez appears outside of the
Dude. Do you think it's big enough? And then I seem to remember that we have the messaging thing, so I'm going to message him instead. Do you think it's deep enough for an Oni, or do I need to keep working on it?
You also hear a voice from the orc caravan, and the orc has stood up now and goes,
Stormbringer, that's a fine pit.
Thank you! I'm gonna wave back at him.
Good for killing all kinds of things.
and he like tries to wink at you, but he just like closes his eyes for a second and then eventually opens them.
Nod and smile brightly at him. It really is, if that's what it was for.
It's a fine hole, but how are we going to use it again?
I feel like
I'm gonna put spikes in the bottom of it, and bait leading up to it, and then the Oni's gonna fall in it. But is it deep enough? I don't know how large Oni are.
I feel like I'm just
Sure,
sitting on the
it
back
looks
of the
deep enough.
wagon with, like, my feet sort of swinging back and forth. Like, yeah, this is fine. This is life now.
You hear a
This is
small
fine.
voice next to you, Charity, and it's the one of the halfling twins.
Oh, Jesus. I was like, oh, God, why?
She's very sneaky, but she's also like she's kind of holding her arm, and you see her right arm just looks really battered and bruised, and she kind of very quietly, Charity, I heard that you can help people if they hurt, and my arm hurts really, really bad.
You're going to see Charity look down, and, actually, I guess the other three won't see it. For just a second, feathers start to flicker around his broken horn. What has happened to your arm, Modo?
Oh, I don't know. I don't know. Maybe it happened that night my sister disappeared or something. Cause I don't know. It's just been hurting a lot since then.
Checking, like, do I believe that?
She seems to not be hiding much, but there's something she's not telling you. It's not like a lie. She's definitely telling the truth. It's just she's keeping something back.
I think that I might be able to help. I'll need to check it to make sure exactly what I can do.
Oh, okay. Just could you be quick, and then could you just not tell my mom or dad? Because they wouldn't want me talking to, yeah,
I understand.
a person with horns. You can tell she was very deliberately trying to think of what to call you.
Well,
and that's about the best that she came up with.
That would be okay then. I only have the one.
Yeah, person with horn.
So I'm checking, and I want to know what the nature of her injuries is.
It seems to be a small fracture, is what you would guess, in her arm. Either a blow of some sort, or some of the bruising makes you think there might have been a hand print that was really, really tightly grabbing her.
Like a halfling-sized hand?
Like a halfling-sized handprint, perhaps.
Okay. You're just... Charity's sort of going to look at this. Here, very quickly, I need an herb from my friend Vimeris. And also my friend Burbage, but you know, your parents prefer Burbage. And I'm going to, like, message, and even in the message, my voice comes as a hiss. Someone has been beating Modo. And then as I'm going to sort of just continue, like, come over here. But then I'm going to sort of continue on with her. Did anyone else in your caravan need some help with this?
Who did you message that to? All of us, or just Vimeris and Burbage?
Just Vimeris and Burbage. I couldn't see you.
I'm gonna kind of follow them because I don't know where they're going, and I don't know why Vimeris didn't answer my question about my pet.
I said it was an okay pet.
So I'm going to gesture to you, and I'm going to message into your heads the, to me, pretty obvious nature of the injuries.
So at that, Stormbringer's face is going to get really, really dark, and she's going to look pretty pissed.
But Moto,
Why do you...
do either of your parents have these kinds of injuries? Would I be able to help them?
I mean, Dad's kind of hurt his hand. Yeah, he's got kind of a hurt arm too. Like, Mom keeps like putting a stake on her eye. I don't exactly know why, but it probably feels cool. Maybe she's got a headache or something.
Why do you two seem to be getting upset?
Are you messaging that?
No, I'm straight up asking. Both of you, because you both have like gotten upset, and Vimeris is confused.
Messaging into your mind, I would say, I'm fairly sure that Ferald?
Yes.
Sorry, for the stream's sake, I keep it really zoomed out,
Oh.
so I don't really see the names. I'm fairly sure that Ferald has been beating his daughter.
Isn't that what parents do?
What? No, Vimeris, family doesn't hurt family. I thought I'd said that previously.
He looks very confused. Like, that's not right.
This is so sad.
Stormbringer looks really confused too.
I feel like Charity's just like putting a pin in that, dealing with this. I have one question for you. Did your father do this? Is that how he hurt his hand with you or your mother?
Oh, no, I don't know exactly. No. Look, can you just make it feel better so I can go back?
Insight roll on.
I mean, she does seem to know. She's withholding it, and she's getting more and more nervous the more time this is taking.
Okay.
You get about the same.
I'm going to cast Cure Wounds on her.
All right. Yeah.
So she will heal for 11.
Okay. Yeah. No. She sort of moves it around then, and immediately the bruising goes away. She's like, oh, it feels so much better. Thank you. Okay. I gotta go.
I'm going to whisper down to her. You can tell your mother that if she needs my services, she can also come to me.
Oh, okay. Yeah, thanks. All right. And then she like runs very quickly over to her caravan, but you see her very quickly sort of slip underneath the canvas and kind of into the side of the wagon. Certainly not through the back, which is kind of the main entrance.
Yeah.
All right. Anything else this evening that you'd like to do?
Oh, Andy. You know there's things I'd like to do. To be fair, even Charity's kind of in line with that. But,
Okay, so what are you going to do then is the next question.
How many days has it been since the last attack? From the other?
Two and a half. Oh, tonight'll be the third night.
I'll probably say we should continue to be vigilant, and it also seems likely that Ferald is less pleasant of a man than I thought.
How pleasant did you think he was?
Extremely unpleasant. That was the point.
I don't know if my pit is deep enough for an Oni, but I'm pretty sure it's deep enough for a halfling.
I'm pretty sure it is.
Alright, yeah, so I'm going to look at between the three of you and just kind of, so are we going to go over there or what? Because technically we are security detail, and seems like somebody in the caravan is posing a threat. right?
Maris cocks his head to decide, and I mean, yeah, we need to stop the Oni.
Vimeris, no.
Oh, Vimeris.
I mean, we do, but also, it's not okay to hurt your family, and I'm sorry that you've had family hurt you. And if we find the family that hurt you ever again, if they're not actually dead or something, I'll hurt them for you.
But I'm not supposed to hurt family.
Well, that's okay. They wouldn't be my family. That's why I'll do it for you.
But Maris doesn't feel like this adds up.
That's because it's Stormbringer logic.
Now we get into, is there a transitive property of family?
Am I the fish?
Am I the bird?
Yeah, the veteran is still contemplating that.
Jesus.
Right, he is.
I'm just picturing, huh.
Right, well, I'm going to go over there, and anyone who wants to join me is welcome.
I'll back you up.
It's not my place to involve myself.
Alright, well, why don't you keep watch for the Oni then?
I would look at Vimeris.
Lure it into the pit.
You keep watch for the Oni. I will watch
There's a
over
pit.
from here. Yes. I'm actually, I'm standing on the wagon, so I'm just going to sort of pat Stormbringer on the head. Yes, there's a pit.
It doesn't have spikes yet, but it's pretty deep.
That's good. I'll back you up from here. I tend to excite them if I get too close.
Knock, knock.
Ferald again rushes to the front. You hear his little feet on the deck of the wagon, and he throws open the canvas. Yeah, Burbage, what is it?
I'm gonna need you to step out of the wagon, please.
Look, we're getting something to eat. Let's just...
Get out of the wagon. Right
I'm pretty
now.
sure I don't have to answer to you, Mr. Kemp. This is my wagon. I paid to be in here.
I'd like to try to physically intimidate him.
Beautiful. Give me an intimidation check.
Can I, aid in that by kind of looming behind him and, generally looking scary and pissed off?
Yes, I will give Burbage advantage on it.
Okay.
All right. Ferald shakes his head and says, look, if you want to talk to me, you need to go through my little friend here. And he motions over to the shield guardian, who steps up next to you, towering over both of you. And then Ferald sort of lets slip the canvas again, and you hear him kind of return back into the wagon.
Knock, knock.
Are you saying knock knock or are you knocking?
I'm knocking.
Okay.
You hear a voice inside. What is it?
Come here.
And you hear boop, 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 and then the canvas flies open. You can now see much more into this place. There's a small table in the back of the wagon where Moto and Shenli are sitting having some dinner. What is it, Burbage?
I'd like to, message Cantrip Stormbringer. Hey, I'm about to try to yank him out of the wagon. So if you could cover Azos for me, that would be great.
Okay. I'll give a really tiny nod to Burbage, and then I'm going to kind of look like I'm charging at the metal guy, but not actually, I'm faking it, but not real obviously.
I'm just going to try to grab Ferald by the lapels, at least.
Yeah, go ahead and...
If I see this, and
Yeah.
Ferald is standing sort of on the cart, right? And he's sort of up on the edge of the wagon.
Indeed, yeah.
I'm going to sort of hyper-localizedly be putting thaumaturgy to tremor the ground under him.
Okay.
Just like, it's not much. It's not something that would be
Yeah.
showing anywhere else, but...
All right. Give me a strength check, Burbage.
Oh, sorry. I need to. Should I
You can-
roll
That's okay.
again?
For you, it'd be the same. It would be. We'll do the 15 though, because you won't have
Take the
advantage.
first roll. And...
Yeah. You grab him by the lapels very, very quickly and start to yank him out. And as you do, the shield guardian grabs you around your entire body. So you're not able to yank Farrell completely out of the wagon. And the shield guardian is slowly starting to move you away from the wagon.
I'm gonna grab the shield guardian and try to hold him in place.
Give me a strength check.
Oh my. Oh my.
So it grabs Burbage and starts to just move him away from this, and it looks like it's starting to squeeze Burbage with just one giant hand, which is really kind of a claw thing that's on the edge of his shields. And Burbage is starting to just get a little tighter and tighter, and you just go over and just lift up the shield guardian's arm and sort of swing it so that it's now behind it. You twist it to the point where it drops to one knee, and you're now grappled with it.
Okay.
Where's Burbage? Is he gonna let go?
You are right there, right where you are. She's now up here, but
Do I still have a hold of Farrell?
no, you had to let go as he was dragging you and squeezing you away. But Farrell is still on the edge here, and he's now looking just shocked that this giant woman is doing something to his giant metal man.
But Azos does not have a hold of me anymore, right?
He does not, right?
All right, I'm going back over to Farrell, and I'm yanking him out of the wagon.
You yank him out of the wagon this time. He's completely now off his game because he's just staring at his shield guardian. Moto and Shenli both rush to the edge of the wagon then as well, as Farrell sort of topples onto the ground in dust. Tellywood is visibly looking at what's all going on here. You see Bayortzi sort of motioning around. He's got a spear drawn. Orcs are now kind of coming over then as well. And Netter runs up to Vimeris and says, Hey, what's going on, man?
Family dispute.
Oh, shit. Well, I hope he gets it. Hope he gets it good.
Who?
That jerk Farrell.
Oh, I thought you were talking about that jerk Burbage.
Oh, well, I mean, either one, but that's fun. Whatever.
Okay. You want to make any
Farrell
bets?
is now just starting to get up and dust himself off.
No,
He's just
not.
pointing at you, Burbage. With his
He's
short,
just-
stubby little finger. He's just
pointing.
pointing at you. And you see the Shield Guardian trying to kind of get around Stormbringer. So Stormbringer, I need you to make another strength check, please.
And I'm pissed off about just everything fucking generally, honestly, at this point. About him trying to get away from me, about domestic violence. So I'm gonna be going into rage.
Oh, give me it with advantage then.
I'm nervous how this is going to go.
You should be.
Yeah, 'cause that wasn't a crit this time.
Very nice, very nice. you aren't able to quite control him as much anymore, but you're keeping him from attacking Burbage, is what it looks like. Like you're sort of trading. You can't quite keep a hold of him, but you're in his face enough where he's not really able to look away from you without being pinned again.
Can I message without using my hands? I don't remember how message works.
I think there's a somatic component.
Yeah, I've been putting like a.
Okay. Well, I'm just gonna then call to Charity and say, I need you to hurt me periodically to keep me pissed.
Charity's like, although at this, Charity's voice will also now sort of be booming. Why would someone hurt their own family, Ferald?
At this, Shenley jumps down next to Ferald and is sort of screaming. Her hood falls back, and you definitely see a black eye on her left side. She's sort of shouting, "No, everyone, please, just everyone, can you just go back to your wagons and just leave us be? Obviously, we're grieving for our child." And Ferald is just still pointing straight at you, Burbage, and you can tell that it's seemingly like he's trying to force the Shield Guardian to just destroy you.
I'm gonna grab his arm that he's pointing with, and take it and like pin it behind his back.
Give me a strength check to try to grapple. That's very good. You do grab the arm that was just pointing right in your face, and you twist it around him, and he's like, and Shenley runs up to you, Burbage, and is trying to kind of pull you off of him a little bit. Moto then hops down as well.
I'm gonna message Charity, maybe ask him to please keep Shenley, like hold Shenley back, because I really just I want to.
You can't quite message and grapple at the same time because it's somatic component.
Then I
am going to sort of take her and whisper into Shenley's ear, "We can stop this."
Real quick, I want to just casually look back at Roburn. What time of day is it?
It is probably about 6:30 in the evening-ish.
Okay, so the sun's still kind of out.
Yeah, just barely.
Yeah. Okay.
I'm not sure there's bright light anywhere though.
Yeah, you can't really make much out of Amaris because it's bright enough.
Okay.
But you do see Roburn just kind of sitting on a camel back there.
Okay.
Watching.
So, while I have Ferald pinned, I just want to like growl into his ear the following. I'll just say, all right, now listen here. I know you're grieving. I know your family's grieving. But if I hear once more that you've laid a single hand or finger on your wife or your daughter, we will kill you. We'll just do it. That'll be the end of it. All right? We're a security detail for this caravan, and we won't have any violence against women and children by their husbands and fathers.
You
all right?
You weren't the security the night she disappeared.
Hey,
huh?
Shit happens, all right? I'm sorry your daughter disappeared, but it doesn't mean you get to take it out on your surviving family by being a piece of shit, all right?
Stormbringer and Burbage, please make another strength saving throw, as both of them are trying to wiggle out.
Am I still in rage or?
Yes.
Okay. That was terrible.
Azaz is able to just wiggle out of you and just kind of shove you back a little bit, Stormbringer, and turns his sight on Burbage. And Burbage, as this giant monstrosity looks like kind of like it's bearing down on you, it takes your mind off of it for a second. Ferold shoves you away about as hard as he can. Modo, though, jumps on his arm and tries to stop him from like trying to swing at you, Burbage. And he just, in front of everyone, backhands her as she falls to the ground. The Shield Guardian smashes into him and drives him into the ground. He is now a pulp beneath the Shield Guardian's arm.
Ferold is?
Yes.
Literally a pulp?
Ferold is no more.
Wow.
So
Modo jumps up. Shenli sort of comes over quickly to the Shield Guardian, and she starts to just immediately cry. And she just runs up to the Shield Guardian and just kind of hugs it as around the leg. And you hear saying something about Papa. And Modo has gotten up then as well and has gone to her mother. And you, Charity, you turn around and see Tellywood just kind of smile slightly and just turn around.
I'm going to... this would probably be the... no, actually, Telly would have seen it before. She will have seen that my horn and my other eye were both exposed, and they'll sort of disappear as I bow at her. And
Indeed.
I'll step forward and go, Shenli, Modo, might I provide you with some healing?
They're sort of sobbing and crying, and they shake their head. We're not seriously hurt, but thank you all for what you've done. We could have never been freed of him while he had control of the Shield Guardian. But it seems like he doesn't anymore.
My family has saved me.
And absolutely, Ferold, the Shield Guardian, has pulled up its hand now, and there's just kind of a bloody mess in the sand where Ferold used to be.
I sort of bow to them. My family has saved me. I will not bear to watch someone destroy their own.
Excellent.
And I will say to them, if you should need healing at any point, find me.
We will.
I'm also going to look at Azus and sort of hesitantly give him a thumbs up. Like, yes, I think you did very good, Azus.
You're pretty sure if he had a thumb, he would have given you a thumbs up, but he sort of just raises his shield slightly at you. And there's something about then this automaton that now all of a sudden looks different. There's something about him that feels more present and aware of surroundings rather than simply something that has been purely controlled. Does that make sense?
Yeah, he seems more sort of independent and functional and conscious.
Yeah.
And actually, as I sense
he helps
that,
Modo and Shenli back up into the wagon, and then sort of stands next to it with his arms crossed.
like as I sensed him and as he helped them back up after he did, Charity would bow very low to him. Not fearfully, just in honor.
Indeed.
Stormbringer's gonna... She's smiling really broadly. This was a good day for her. And she's gonna start collecting the body of... What was his name? Feldrin. The dead halfling.
Asshole?
Yeah.
Yeah, the asshole. So,
The orcs and Netter also come over and ask if they can help put him in your very, very fine pit.
Yeah, but we gotta put spikes down there first because it's not a death pit, but if it was, it would need
Yeah.
spikes.
Narvi, the sort of elder orc, rushes back to his caravan, and pulls out 6 spears, and just starts kind of driving them into the ground in the pit. Oops, not under the pit.
That'll work great.
Do I think
Yeah,
that this
he
pit...
sort of looks very pleased with it.
Do-
Yeah, Vermeers?
Does it look like this is going to work?
As a place to put the remains of Ferald?
Is this going to attract the Oni?
Oh, probably not that, but it's certainly satisfying. So in that way, it'll work.
Okay.
I was going to
I'm
say,
gonna-
it's a good place.
Stormbringer's gonna drop about half his body in the pit once the spikes are in, and then she's gonna start walking north from the pit, dropping pieces of him.
God. And the worst part is Charity just has a giant smile on his face.
All the orcs and Niddar have kind of gathered around, picking up pieces of Ferald and clothing that is now sort of just bloody rags, and is just thrown into the pit. At this, Roburn has also sort of sidled up just to kind of see what's going on. Meepus is off his camel, but it's certainly watching, and the veteran as well as the surly dwarf have kind of all... Everyone you make eye contact with kind of gives all of you a nodding, like, basically an acceptance of what just happened. Everyone feels okay with this.
Everyone is like, yeah, that was the right outcome. This is good.
Somewhere in the back, the Furbolgs have already started music, and have started chanting in this kind of low chanting song. You don't think it's a funeral song. You think it's something more of a celebration. Yeah.
So once the Ferald trail is laid, I'm gonna come back to the pit.
Okay. Yeah, the Ferald Trail is laid somewhere to the north and leading to the pit.
This is probably gonna attract some horrible predator during the night or something.
Now that Roburn's closer, do I notice anything off about them, or?
Yeah, give me a perception check. The light is all gone down about now. You feel much more attuned to your senses. Roburn is disturbed by this, but seemingly accepting of it as well. She doesn't really want to get her hands dirty with much of it, but is cool with what happened.
Any reaction?
But that's about all
to
of
the
it.
pit?
Doesn't seem to be that you can tell. No.
Okay.
All right. Everyone sort of goes about their business then this evening. The music is much more lively than normal. There's even some dancing back by the Furbolg fire pit with the elves, and even the veteran is getting in on some of the dance a little bit. And Burbage, he sort of jokingly asks you to dance just a couple jigs, but it's it's fun. It's something.
All right, yeah, I'll do that.
All right. Even Meepus gets in on it just a little bit. He starts to play along with the Furbolg sort of band, a long flute of his. It's quite beautiful.
I'm gonna take a couple of my rations and go over to their cart and sort of bow at Zeus again and tap gently.
This time sort of bows back at you.
And I'm gonna sort of tap at the frame and go, I do not know if you had supplies to eat, and I know that they're not much, but I wanted to leave these for you.
Shenli accepts them graciously and just bows and is just kind of crying and just so happy almost. She just has this giant smile on her face.
if she does, and if she takes them, I will also cast Cure Wounds at second level. So
Any sort of bruising she had on her face certainly goes away, and she even seems to be kind of walking a little taller. Even she seems to feel great, and just nods and bows at you, and returns back into her place. Yeah, the night of celebration then continues for a while. There's a lot of drink, there's a lot of feasting. But again, everyone goes down for the night. I'm sorry to say, in the morning, Stormbringer, there was no Oni in your trap.
Is there anything in my trap?
There are several carrion birds that have now picked apart Ferald, but that's about it. Everyone is kind of just packing up to go. They seem to be completely content just leaving this hole in the ground with Ferald as they continue to travel on.
I look really disappointed, and I'm gonna sigh and kind of whisper to myself, "That's like the first time one of my death pits has failed."
The orc also kind of gives you a knowing, disappointed look, like, "Oh, I was sure that was gonna work."
I'll seeing you disappointed, I'll clap you on the shoulder, which is frankly probably clap you on the rib cage. I'm like, still, you had a good day, and we helped you do a good thing.
I'm gonna smile, and I look like I've cheered up a little at least.
Travel over the next couple days then becomes quite boring. While people are starting to run out of rations and supplies a little bit, and Vimeris, you've had to share some good berries. Stormbringer, you've had to do a little bit more exploring for food. You're just also now getting into like really dry grassland, other than just pure sand. And probably midway through that second day traveling, the whole caravan stops fairly abruptly. Tellywood and Bayortzi are just up ahead of you. And as you kind of look out of your caravan to see what exactly is occurring, you see that just below you, you see the ocean again. And at the edge of the ocean, a small town. And Tellywood sort of looks back at everyone, and there's a little bit of a confused look on her face. But she sort of shouts, I can see Shersto from here. And then starts to travel down the path toward this small village. Let me give you a better example in the world map. So in the world map, I've been using this little ring cursor here to display about where you are. So you thought you were basically about here. Shersto is here. So somehow you, I guess, are about here now.
Oh, yes, yeah, so you sound confused. Mm-hmm, sure, yeah.
That's so that feels a little odd. You didn't think Shersto was so quick on the... I mean, maybe you've just been making a lot better time than you remember. But yeah, so you're seemingly now caravanning into a small halfling village on the coast named Shersto. And as you're approaching, you can see that Shersto is setting up for a grand festival of some sort. And there are musicians playing. There's all kinds of beautiful young women dancing around, flinging flowers everywhere. A large banner has now been sort of risen. And you see it as the coming harvest festival that should happen within the next week here. It looks like they're just setting everything up. And as the caravan is very slowly pulling in to Shersto, halfling children are sort of running along the caravan, dancing, shouting. They're singing songs and playing instruments as you guys all are coming in. And Charity, Tellywood has fallen back just a little bit as you sort of pull into the main gates of town. And you're sitting on the cart, and she asks you, Charity, what day is it?
What day do I think it is?
You believe it's the 21st of Midsummer.
I believe it's the 21st of Midsummer, and I think we've been traveling for what, about 14 days?
Right, yeah, about, yeah.
And I was like, and we've been on the road for 14 days or so?
Charity, Shersto is about 4 weeks into our journey.
As she
that
says
concludes
that,
tonight's episode of Goats and Dragons. If you enjoyed this and are curious to see where the story goes, please follow us on Twitch, where we are simply Helpful Goat, or subscribe on YouTube at Helpful Goat Gaming. We are a small independent game design firm and could really use the support. If you'd like to know more about us, our streams, our company, or our upcoming projects, you can visit helpfulgoat.com, follow us on Twitter at HelpfulGoat, or check out our Facebook page, also at Helpful Goat. Thank you so much for everyone playing tonight. That was a blast. We're really sorry about some of the technical difficulties there with Twitch. Hopefully that...
it got resolved for the second half.
Hopefully, yeah, hopefully that was great and got all smoothed out. I hope everyone has an amazing night. And from all of us at Goats and Dragons, we wish you an excellent evening.
Have a great evening, guys.
Good.
Bye.
Goodbye.